was his hip. Have a look again. It comes off his hip. Over it comes. Oh, no, you're right, actually. Yes, it is. Yeah. But it's still not funny. Oh, you are enjoying yourself. Yes, I remember this too. Luton Millwall, that's Mick McCarthy scoring an own goal, but the fact here is this was Mick McCarthy's debut. Now, as I speak, Mick McCarthy is Millwall's manager. This is how he arrived at the club. And not content with that, oh yes, you've got that one too. Not content with that, in the second half of the same game. Oh, what a signing he proved to be eventually, but who'd have thought it from these rude beginnings? You're still giggling about Eric Young, aren't you? Another Millwall export here, Tony Cascarino, who I personally have a lot of time for, and I'm sure the Villa fans did. A lot of the time. But let it go on record, he scored at both ends during this game. It's just that on this tape, we're showing the one he wants to forget. Bang. Happily, defenders can still head the ball back somewhere, like an exocet. Wonderful bit of theatrics from Connor, who played for Brighton in those days. Loved the way he lays on the floor for a few seconds like a dog waiting to have his belly tickled. Over it comes. And the winner of the Sandy Brown Memorial Toothbrush Rack, Connor of Brighton. Perhaps he should have paced himself, been deft, more daring. Yes. A couple of inches and it would have gone out for a corner, and where's the fun in that? That's Ernie Howe. Ipswich now, showing they are the founders of the conglomeration game, football, pinball, skittles. It never caught on, I don't know why. Alan Hunter showing dignity, always dignity. Back now to our endangered species. Mixed reaction in the crowd, but how inevitable this goal was. Look at his pose. That is always going to be an own goal, isn't it? Graham Wilkins, what can you say? I mean, Tony Cascarino, take note. This is how you bury them at close range. Keeper comes out, don't give him a chance. Now, this is Graham Souness for Middlesbrough. But Glenn Keeley for Newcastle. I mean, you know goals pay the rent, but did you know they can also get you evicted? OK, it's been far too long since we humiliated a goalkeeper, so let's have one. Watford v Rotherham, what they call a speculative clearance upfield. There's our man. Now, I've got this goalkeeper's name written down in front of me, and unless he calls this tape in the next couple of seconds, I'm going to reveal it unto the... Hello? Yes, I thought you would. No, promise you your secret's safe. It's £50,000, then use £5 notes. Leave them at the Bradford Park Avenue ground. We'll say it was Arsenal. OK, proof positive that they do it better on the continent. Pure German precision. But in fact, as a newspaper explained afterwards, the ball was made from leather of a cow that died from mad cow's disease. And sooner or later, it was bound to get to the players. So 35 minutes gone, Coventry 0, Liverpool 0, and the ball in the safe hands of Kilcline. Oh, that's a disaster for him. Barnes, 1-0 Liverpool, a disaster for Brian Kilcline. But at least he's safe in the knowledge that this terrible moment for him won't be dug up and replayed over the years on some facetious collection of brain-dead back passes. That really would be adding insult to injury, and Brian Kilcline knows that we're going to burn the film as soon as this game's over, which eventually his team will go on and lose 3-1. A bit of fancy jiggery pokery goes awry, setting in motion a course of events, crowned by an explosive header from David Cole of Torquay. We noted the goalkeeper's prone come-and-get-me-big boy posture. But basically, you shouldn't try jiggery pokery if you're Torquay playing at Tottenham, because as the wise man once said, I'll have jiggery, but I won't accept pokery. Nothing special about this next one, but it is just about the most typical incident in the entire tape. How many times have weekends been ruined by thoughtless, idiotic moments like that? Usually the 88th minute. And in a recent survey of members of the Kennel Club, dogs said that a lot of their kind are kicked on Saturday night because of stupid, boneheaded Derek Mountfield type. Hey, dogs, boneheaded, that's rather good, I'll write that down. Everton again, this time against Sunderland, and it works in their favour. Really want to savour this, watch. And if you're like me, on the close-ups, don't you like to look at the faces in the crowd? The impetus, plus the spinning of the planet Earth, leaves him with something of an excuse. But look at the goalkeeper. Talk about go down in instalments. Everton again, and again in their favour, but this time the hero is the enormous figure of John Lukic. In she goes, and note the man in the bobble hat behind the goal, using just a couple of words where probably Motson is using 5,000. If it's any consolation to you Highbury fans and to Mr. Lukic himself, this was the only goal of the game. Other point to note, Tony Adams' desperate lunge. And I'm sorry, Tony, but it has to be said, you made a bit of an ass of yourself. Hee-haw, hee-haw, hee-haw. Oh, now we are talking premium top draw, grade A own goal. Oh, come to Papa, Andy Linegan, the mother of all own goals, surely. But you know how it is. You are frustrated. You've always wanted to be an attacker. You have a kind of flashback to the old schoolyard. The red mist comes down and who could resist? Now, potentially one of the greatest moments of Glenn Roeder's career is coming up. Except for number 4, David McCreary. Glenn almost clears his lines. He can see the headlines the next day. Roeder saves Newcastle. But McCreary sends them down the toilet again. Wimbledon's Hans Sagers here on a cruel twist of fate. Most extraordinary thing about this, who are all those people behind the goal? Of course, normally they would be the away support. But this is QPR v Wimbledon. What away support? What home support? Who are those people? Actually, there is a suggestion that it's all the potential buyers of this video who just wanted to see themselves on television. Of course, Liverpool have been going through, by their standards, bad periods in the last few years, and everyone's got their theories on what it is. You know, did they ever recover from the Shankly era, the Keegans, the Toshaks? What about that Arsenal game, the last kick of the game? Did that really have an effect on them? If you ask me, it all began, the decline, with Ronnie Whelan, that goal. What do you mean, what goal? You had to be in that Sunday afternoon when this was broadcast live to the nation. Earlier on, when I spoke of the endangered species of the pointless back pass, nothing could illustrate it better than Ronnie's worst moment. And against Man United too. Still, of whatever end they were playing, Liverpool were always known for precision, craftsmanship, professionalism and workmanlike eye for detail. Here is a cock-up, home to the thou of an inch. In comes Ronnie, and on a black afternoon, gives Mancunian pride a straw to clutch at. You're going to love this next bit. I love this next bit. There's something deep within the football supporter animal that makes you respond to things, well, it's just like mother's milk tea. You can't resist the thing. Somebody has a shot that goes way over the bar. Way! How can you stop yourself doing that? And I don't care what game you've been at, how crucial the goal was, nothing gets a cheer like when the referee gets hit with a ball. Why? We're all grown-ups, most of us. It's like throwing snowballs at the man's top hat. Referee gets hit with a ball, it gets a big cheer, a big laugh, everyone goes home happy. That's show business. Bobby Moore even. Jeff Hurst may have had the penalty technique, but when it came to heading clear, Bobby had some power. Cannonball Moores, they called him. Although, if you ask me, I think the referee might be milking it just a little bit. Bob trying to keep a straight face, not succeeding too well there. I mean, it's only a short header. Yes, it would have stung, but knock you out? This one, a glorious 1,000,000 to 1 chance. The referee's already in trouble when... And watch Mark Bright put the boot in. I mean, really, can we condone a footballer putting the boot in when the referee's down? Let's have a show of hands. Yep, apparently we can condone that. But what is the referee doing? Adjusting the wig? Now, the reason I thought the Bobby Moore ref was showing off was that header couldn't knock you out. But that can knock you out. The important thing here again, keep a straight face. Don't be seen giggling like schoolboys. And don't fill in all the gory details for your mates. Apparently this official could have chosen 2 courses, being a football referee or a boxing referee. But who fancies catching a right-hander from Mike Tyson? When he got up, he booked Stuart Pearce. This is a famous clip, and perhaps the most unsavoury view TV cameras ever brought the viewing public. Ugh. Why he holds his nose, nobody knows. But when he brings the play back, we can watch the replay and see how the referee offered the player the opportunity to run through his legs. No wisecracking dialogue needed over this. This is a beaut. Oh, let's play it back on behalf of football supporters and I dare say players everywhere. There stands the official, out of harm's way, thinking about who he can book next when... Right in the Eric Young region. And the hits just keep on coming. This one harder than most. Referee laying on the floor, laughing along with that one. But it's interesting to note, it's good to have a trainer who's also the general dictator of a small country. There he is. And watch, as he hits the ref, the 2 culprits run away. Mind you, not all refs are wimps. This one must be Vinnie Jones, old man. Look at this. Come here, you. Come here, I'm going to book you. Come on, shut up. I said shut up. Though this player must have worked with a ref before, because the first thing he does is hold his hands. But you've got to watch these refs off the ball. Referees are the only bone of contention I've got with the Premier League, actually. I mean, you can't sing "Who's the blank blank in the green." It doesn't have the same emotional impact for some reason. Anyway, I've got letters. We've been sent letters while we've been on the air here today. And this one says, Dan, as an England supporter, I thoroughly enjoyed the recent European Championships, and I wonder if you've got any of our heroes in action. Well, luckily, we've got the King of Kings himself, Mr. Keith Curle, doing what he does best. And by that, of course, I mean defending. This is an unfortunate instance. I mean, Keith is not known for blundering, ham-fisted mistakes. Not for Wimbledon, anyway. At this point, I would like to say hello to Carlton Palmer and Martin Keown. Can you make the connection? Of course, you don't have to be an exciting, top-of-the-range England performer to score a good own goal. John Polston is a player who, frankly, nobody's ever heard of. But he pops up here for Norwich. And once again, the consolation for John and the Norwich supporters is this was the only goal of the game. But for this, the players would have certainly got something like a draw bonus, if there is such a thing. We're going to see Tony Daly do an innocuous shot towards Tony Norman in the Sunderland goal. Look at the reaction of the man in the red jumper right behind it. For students of this sort of thing, on the replay you might want to ignore the man in the red jumper and look to the right a little. It's the bloke in the blue shirt. If the man in red couldn't believe it, the bloke in blue really can't believe it. This is Vinnie Jones scoring an own goal. Oh, no, he cleared it. I'm sorry, I must have got this wrong. Where's my notes? Oh, no, no.